Welcome back to Mostly Thriving.
We're to the world that may look like we're thriving, but really we're just mostly thriving.
We're back with part 2. We're like debriefing our marriage vision meeting. So if you missed the last episode, you probably want to start there. I don't know, you want to give like a synopsis?
This is our first to be continued.
I know.
I know. Episode.
Also, we got a little studio makeover. Do you like it? I felt like the neon on the walls was messing with like the color balance of the video, and it was throwing me off.
And actually, I'm looking at the video recording. It looks better.
Yeah, it does. I think that we pop out a little bit more. It's a little bit easier to see. So
we pop in.
Cool.
Okay,
so if they're just tuning in and they didn't listen to part 1,
and they're not going to listen to us to saying you should listen to part 1.
Yeah.
Let me give you a brief recap.
Rundown.
Recap. Part 1 was Amanda and I, for the last 2 years, really this is the most intentional we've been about it, have done a family vision night where we sit down and we discuss our goals, for us personally, our family, our business, our faith, philanthropy, travel.
Yeah, we followed a template from a podcast called Couple Things with Sean Johnson and Andrew East, and in it they kind of break down how to do it. So if you're like, this sounds great, but how do we do it? They have like a PDF packet that you can print, and it gives you like the step-by-step instructions. It's faith-based, which I really like. I think that's really cool. So in part 1, we went through finances, travel, philanthropy, family.
And we had a nice night out to do this. I think we should add that, because that is a really important piece. It's not something that you just sit down while the kids are playing and there's stuff going on in the background. It is an intentional night where we sit down and we do a date night, which is great, which we try to do once a week. Honestly, it's probably every other week right now, and then focus in on these things. So we're not distracted, uninterrupted time together to just enjoy each other's presence, but also be working on our vision for the year of 2026.
Yeah. So we did majority of the categories, but we still had a few left. So we have faith, business, personal, and kids. Those were the ones that we had left. So we thought we would just chat through with you guys. I also want to preface, I know we said this in the last episode, but everything that we say is just like our personal thoughts and experiences. We're not ever trying to say that it's our way or no way, or that we know more than anybody else. Like, I truly believe this is a personal decision and personal meeting. So the things that we say that work for us, like, take it or leave it kind of a thing.
Yeah, I think that and that's kind of the beauty of this template. And so if you're thinking, oh, I don't think that pertains to me because I can't do this, or we can't support doing this, the template is the template.
Yeah.
It's not meant to be that we're creating your template for you.
Yeah. Okay, so let's dive in. So I think let's start with the personal category.
Okay.
So in this, it says, okay, personal, and then it's like personal growth, goals, habits that you want to break, all that kind of stuff. We each took like a few minutes to think about what that was, and then we come to the table. You go first. Okay.
Goal number 1 for me was to read 4 books this year. I have finished a book in 2026, but I didn't start in 2026, so I'm not counting that one. Mm-hmm. My first book that I'm reading is Notes on Being a Man, and I would say I'm about halfway through it. Mm-hmm. So that's going well. So
yeah, that book came pretty highly recommended. We know a few people who have read it. And
yeah, I listened to, I think his name is Scott Galloway. I listened to him on a podcast. Really interesting guy. This is not necessarily like a faith-based book. It's more of this guy's experiences and he had a really crazy childhood. I guess not crazy, just not like my childhood. Mm-hmm. And so I think that it's fun to learn and hear the stories of how he grew up in a single mother home in California, and then how the life lessons he learned with having a dad in and out of his life, which is just not what I had. And it just has me gaining a new perspective on raising kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's cool. You only read like self-help books. Do you have other books lined up, Or is there a specific type of book you're looking for? Because I've noticed, at least my audience on Come Stay a While are very 10 out of 10 good at book recommendations. So maybe tell the people what you're looking for. And if there's a book that you've read or your husband has read, put it in the comments for TJ.
I think self-help for sure. I like leadership topics. I would not be against some sort of fictional.
I was going to say, you don't really read fiction. It's all nonfiction.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like movies either. I just don't like fictional topics in general.
You like stories, but like it's Jocko telling a story about somebody's life experience.
Almost like biography.
Yeah.
It's a real story.
Yeah.
Some of it is just so crazy that it feels like it, and so far removed from me that it feels almost fictional, but it's not.
Right.
This really happened. And so I do like war stories and things like that. I'm definitely like the guy's guy on that. Mm-hmm. But even this guy, he does this thing where he tells this story and then he has little inserts in the in-betweens of the story and is telling you how he thinks this impacted his life and why this decision resulted in this. And so it seems fictional to me, but it's real to him. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't know. So I like those books. I would not be against a fictional book sneaking in there.
I just don't see you sitting down and like diving into like a fictional story, but maybe you would.
It certainly can't be like Dungeons and Dragons or Harry Potter.
That's what I like.
No, and it can't be long.
Yeah.
I gotta feel like there's light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe one day I'll be a long book reader, but I would say I'm gonna cap my pages to like 250.
One question I actually have for you guys, and I need somebody to back me up on this. Do you think that listening to an audiobook is the same as reading a book? Like if I said, this is where this comes from. I think I probably listened, audiobooked, probably 10 books last year. To me, I read 10 books. My father-in-law was like, that's not the same. And I'm like, Tony, I read this, listen, I comprehended the same words. It's the same.
No, I think you've got to be able to sit down. The thing is you are working, doing other things. The point of reading for me is to sit down, shut my brain off to the outside world, and take in some information, whether it's fictional or non-fictional, self-help or Harry Potter. It's act of sitting down. And for me, it's before bed. I think it's healthy and a good habit to get into to read for 30 minutes before bed. And that's the whole point of me wanting to read 4 books, is that means that I committed to that 30 minutes before bedtime to shut my brain off.
All of that can be true, though, and it still can be true that if I listen to an entire book, what's the difference if I read it with my eyes or I read it with my ears? What's the difference?
Well, these are verbs, and they are not the same verb. This is an action word. You read or you heard.
I
or you listened.
strongly disagree.
I'm just saying, you asked what the difference
literally,
was.
Yesterday, I'm working on this hockey rink in our basement. I tiled for 6 hours straight. I listened to an audiobook on 1.5 speed, and I almost finished the entire book in one day.
But
you're telling me I didn't read?
But I can't.
I can tell you everything that happened in the housemaid, The Secret.
Do we need to do a little dictionary search of the word read?
I don't know. You guys tell us in the comments. Is listening to an audiobook considered reading? I know it's not the same action, but do we comprehend the same thing? Do we end up with the same story? Are you any better than me because you read the physical pages?
No. You're missing the point. I'm not
if
saying
anything,
that
I was more productive than you and I got more done.
Sure. That's fine.
There's that.
Okay. So Amanda reads a book a day, apparently.
I'm telling you. Okay, we're going to go to mine. We'll just go back and forth. So yours was read 4 books. Mine was, the first one I had was to be better with my patience. I feel like I am a multitasker. I'm a very quick doer. I'm like, let's get it done. What's the task? Let's keep going. And if people don't keep up with that pace, I have a hard time being patient. That's what I've noticed. And that comes to you. It comes with my kids. I'm just very quick to be on to the next thing, I guess.
Yeah.
And I get frustrated when there's like a kink in that plan. And it almost feels like a little OCD where it's like I have a plan in my head when I wake up and I want my day to like go this way, or I want this event to go this way. And if we get I don't know. I don't even know if that falls under like the patience umbrella, but I do want to be more patient. I don't want to be so quick to like rise. Like I go from 0 to 60 real quick, where I feel like you're like a slower, I don't know. I kind of get whiplash from that 0 to 60 and back down to 0.
Yeah, for me, I have patience on my list as well, but I also have talked to you about kind of my word this year is listen. Mm-hmm. And I think that when we listen, we become more patient. Mm-hmm. When we're impatient, we are not listening. And I firmly believe that you should listen twice and speak once. And that's what I'm trying to work on this year. And in doing that, I'm hoping that that results in some patience. Because if you truly are taking the time to listen to people, whether it's your family or people outside of your family, or even if it's just different points of view on life, if you take the time to listen and understand their story or the why of what they're doing, you will then naturally you should become more patient with that person. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I've noticed too with the kids that if I'm trying to do any other task while I'm with them, I'm way less patient. And normally, like I said this to you the other day, I know if I feel frustrated with my kids in that moment, if I stop and think, am I trying to do something else at the same time? If the answer is yes, that's usually why I'm feeling that way. And I didn't realize that until recently.
Right. I think that that's where you start to feel like people, like the convenience or inconvenience of kids is that if you're trying to do things while doing things with your kids, they become like a pain, and that's not what they're meant to be.
Right.
And they're meant to be there to be a joy and to be there for you to guide them and just be with them. And if you're doing the other things, you can very quickly become impatient with them. And I've noticed that especially with AJ, now that he's 5, he has a lot of thoughts and opinions on things, and his frustration boils over when he feels not heard.
Yeah.
And so that goes back to, I want to be a better listener for him. And I think that even for you and I, when we get in arguments, at least for me for sure, and I've said this too before, I just want to be heard, and that my opinion is respected. It might not be the thing we end up doing. It might not be the thing that everybody wants to do, or maybe it's not even a good idea. I just want the idea to be heard and listened to. And I think that that's something that we can work on a lot of levels between us and the kids, and even at work too.
Yeah. So my second one was less phone, better work-life balance, which I talked about a little bit a couple episodes ago. I've been using this app called Opal that I have it set up where it shuts off my social media and like editing apps and work-related things at certain times of the day, which has been really nice to get a break from. I've been pretty good and consistent about that. And then just trying to be like more present and not trying to multitask so much when the kids are around.
Yeah, I think that what we're finding, even we're a week or two into this, is that it's constant discipline with it, because all of these things can creep back in, even with like your phone, and it's so easy to just pick it up. And I've noticed you will pick it up, but then you're also consciously putting it down. Yeah. And also to the point of doing this together with your spouse, I can now hold you accountable and you can hold me accountable. If you feel that I'm not listening to AJ and I'm just trying to like force my opinion through his ears and get it to his brain, you can call me out on that, and you do. And I think that's helpful. And when you have your phone at, 7 p.m., when we've said from 6 to 8, we're putting these things down to be with the kids, you generally look at me and you go, it's a little painful, but it's like, oh yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's not something that I'm going to be perfect at. And I think it's okay to recognize that, like, it's okay to set a goal and not meet it 100% of the time, but that we're actively 100% of the time working
for sure.
on it. I think that that's important.
For me, my next one was continuing my therapy journey. We go to couples therapy together, and that's a part of my therapy journey. But I also would like to, at a minimum, go see the therapist alone once a quarter. Right now we're set up on a monthly rotation, and it's been going great. I'm uncovering things that I didn't even know. Again, I feel very blessed from my childhood. I'm whatever you want to call it. I'm very fortunate, and just my parents are married. They've been married the whole time. There was never any hiccups that I was even aware of. My grandparents are married. All my siblings are now married. I'm very close with my siblings. Like, just things are good. And even in that well-balanced upbringing that I feel that I had, I'm finding things that impacted me along the way that I didn't realize it. Mm-hmm. And how it's impacting you and I, and me and the kids and I. And even at work, it's wild when you start talking things through with a third party who has no bias and no reason to steer you in one direction or the other.
Right. And
just guiding you in, oh, well, maybe that thing in your life is happening because of this thing that happened 10 years ago.
Right. I just think interesting. We've talked about this, but that people think you can only go to therapy when you're in like crisis. But
which you certainly can.
Yeah. But it's also good to just like be in the habit of it. Because another thing about therapy that I've learned is that it can be really exhausting, and it can feel really overwhelming to start over and to be like, I cannot brief someone on my whole life history. And if you're constantly checking in with your therapist, even if it is once a quarter, and just keeping them up to date on your life when those big things happen, instead of taking like several sessions to catch them up, they just like already know what's going on, which then makes it feel easier to go to therapy.
Which I think your experience with it being so much work and exhausting is the result of waiting for crisis.
Yeah.
To go to therapy.
For sure.
Not your fault. Obviously, you're taking the right steps. We're taking the right steps in correcting this. But when you think about the things that you've had to deal with in therapy, you are absolutely in crisis mode.
Yeah.
And now it's exhausting. For me, therapy is not exhausting at all. It's almost like reading a self-help book, where like I go there and I walk away with that one piece of information that I'm like, oh, this is going to rock this month for me. I'm working on this. Mm-hmm. What are you smiling about?
You just love constructive initiative. Like you love being like, how can I optimize? How can I?
Oh yeah. Gear up and get on the attack, baby.
That's what I'm saying, that you leave and you're like,
I'm like fired up right now.
Okay. So mine on the therapy topic was bi-weekly therapy. I've been going, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of bioenergetics. That's something that I'm doing with my therapist. She thinks that like your body's, and I believe this, like your body's just like hold things, your brain holds things, and basically bioenergetic therapy, or if you've heard of like Reiki or anything like that, which it's not quite that, but I'd be curious other forms of therapy that you guys have tried. I've considered maybe like EMDR therapy and stuff like that, like just other forms than just talk therapy that help you kind of work through, traumas and things from your past. And it's just like a good way to reset. Like if you had a traumatizing experience, or if you're going through like a cyclical thing that's just happening over and over, like EMDR therapy can retrain those pathways of your brain so that when you associate something with something else, you can I don't know. It's wild and fascinating how all of it works.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
For me, I'm kind of smiling because I've done a couple of these things with you and the therapist, and I just sit there and I just kind of laugh. And this is one of the reasons I love our therapist, is that like, this feels silly to me.
Oh yeah. I feel that.
I'm here to listen. I'm here to try, but I feel silly. But I also feel so comfortable with our therapist that she can be like, what are you smiling or laughing about? And I can just hit her with something that's just, it is not deep or moving. I'm just like, this is stupid. I feel like this is silly or stupid. And she's just like, yeah, that is like, you got to work through that. And I think that's a part of it. And as you break down that barrier, and that's like one of the barriers you have to break down for that tool to be utilized.
Yeah.
And so like, I feel that I'm in this place of like, I can laugh and feel silly about this. And then that wall is now broken down, and I'm ready to move on and see what that realm has for me. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
it's weird.
Mean, she talks about it all the time, where she says like there are moments where you're going to feel weird or uncomfortable or stupid or whatever. And so when he says like, this is stupid, she prompts us to say, I want you to vocalize if you're feeling any of those things. Like,
and
that,
it's totally
that
safe.
came across as if you're like, this is really stupid.
The idea, the concept.
No, I know.
Is
I'm
not.
just letting you know how that came across. People are probably going to take that out of context. So
Great. I'm going to get canceled because of this by the therapy people.
But that's what she says. And it's like, when you go past the uncomfortable.
Yes. You're breaking walls down.
Yeah. And it's a lot of just like breath work and like if we're doing it together, like she wants like our breath in sync, and it's just things like that. That's like, we don't ever do stuff like that. No. Meditation has never been a part of my daily anything.
But what's wild to me is one time we were just sitting there and it was breath work and we had to hold hands, or you placed your hand on my heart and I placed my hand on your heart. And she said, there are couples that come in here that can't even do that. Like, she'll say, I want you to reach out and hold hands. No. That's wild to me.
Yeah.
And that's what, like, you, even if that's all you do at therapy is go there and you just go from not being able to hold hands to holding hands and getting on the same wavelength of just trying to think together. Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My last one was, I want to be more selfless. I want to live from a place of, how can I be serving you better, the kids better, seeing things that need to be done and just doing them. Like, I already try to live that way, but I want to be way more intentional about it. And I think that this selfless piece will help with work-life balance, where it's like, I want to put this aside for the kids, so I want to live more selfless instead of selfish.
Yeah, and my last one kind of builds on that point, is being more intentional with you. One of the things that we have from our wedding was those bottles that we break every year. It's a wine bottle that was at the center of all the of all the tables, and each table was correlated with a year. We break the wine bottle open to see the notes that the table left for us. Things to think of in your 10-year anniversary. Oh, I hope you're doing this, or I hope if you forgot this, do this. And the one that my aunt, who passed away, I don't know what year that would have been year 5 of our marriage.
Yeah.
She had left a note, and she had just passed away that year when we opened that bottle. Which
is kind of crazy.
Really crazy.
Because I didn't even remember who was at what tables. But yeah, the year that she passed away, when we broke our bottle open, we were like, oh my gosh, this is Aunt Sherry's table.
This is Aunt Sherry's year.
Like, that was really cool.
Which, that week when she wrote that note was the week her husband passed away.
Yeah.
And her message to us was to date and be intentional with your spouse.
Yeah.
And never forget that and lose track of that. And we have that on the inside of one of our cabinets at our house, just as that is the greatest reminder of, don't forget why you got into this.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to focus on with our date nights and taking time for just you and I to make sure we get away and remember why we love each other and why we got into this spider web together.
Yeah. One thing too, I just thought of this before I forget. So last week when we talked about family and the kids and all of that, we talked about doing more things just like the 4 of us, and fun things that we can do, memories we can make. Obviously, we would love to like take them on a weekend trip or something like that. But we talked about too that it doesn't always have to be like a big weekend or whatever. And so we actually, this might seem so small, but we're going to take the boys, just us, to the Disney on Ice on Saturday, which feels good that we like took an action step.
Yeah.
And we did that. And we also said more one-on-one intentional time. And I saw that the Blue Man Group is coming to the Fox, which I just think AJ, we've seen it a couple times and it's always so entertaining. It's like kind of funny and quirky if you've never seen it before. And so we're going to take him to surprise him, just us and him.
Yeah. And I think that going back to, that's what's going to work for us. That might not work for everybody else, but at the end of the day, your kids just love a family movie night.
Right.
Just sit down and watch a movie together.
Yeah.
Phones away, lights out, build a fort in your living room, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And give those kids the time of 2 hours of a movie before bed.
Yeah.
On a Friday night. Order pizza or make pizzas at home, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, even last week on Friday, we did a family movie night where we let them stay up a little late. They picked the movie. We made popcorn.
And let them be little menaces. Just let them do it.
Just let them do it.
Just let them enjoy themselves.
Yeah, it was good. So we're just trying to be more intentional of things at home with them, but then also experiences and memories that we can make and all of that.
All right. I think that's it for personal stuff.
Let's move into kids because we're kind of on that topic now.
Sure. For AJ, the goal and overarching theme that we keep running into is we want him to be, it's funny, we're saying spend time with your kids. AJ needs to be more self-sufficient.
Yeah.
AJ is the best and I love him. He's so creative. I love watching him play, but he is at a place in life where he just wants somebody to play with him all the time, which is great. But at the same time, we have things like doing the dishes or making dinner that we have to do. And at that point in time, we can't play with him. Sometimes he wants to help with those things, and that's great too. But we also want them to be able to be creative on their own and just kind of do their thing so that we can also get some things done too.
Yeah. He is... It's so funny because he loves to be independent. He loves being tasked with something and like showing you like, look what I did. You know, I bet you didn't think I would do that. Like he thrives on that. And so recently we've integrated this new system because it's hard to get him to get up in the morning, which I get. I'm a sleeper. He likes to sleep. He does not like to get up. If he gets up on his own though, he's a different kid. So like we would love for him to just wake up on his own because it means better morning for everyone involved. But we also have to leave by a certain time. So we walk this fine line of like, oh God, we'll give him 2 more minutes. Like, is he going to wake up?
We would not be on schedule if we let AJ wake up on his own.
No. So instead of waking him up, or I would like, you know, start turning the lights on and make some noise and whatever. Like none of that was really working. He was just wanting to sleep. So I told him, you know, I know that you are old enough to do this and I don't know if you'll be able to. Like I kind of phrased it like that. And I'm like, but it would be really cool. I'm going to get you this alarm clock. He has it in his room. When it goes off the night before, we'll lay out your clothes. Do you think in the morning when your alarm goes off that you could get up, make your bed, put your clothes on and brush your teeth? You think you could remember all 3 of those things? And then he's like, oh yeah, I definitely can. And that next morning I fully expected him to just blow through the alarm. That kid came downstairs with his clothes on.
Maybe he's not like you.
And I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And so he came down. He was so happy and so proud of himself.
Mornings have been a lot better.
Yeah. And
That's a great...
He did that like 3 times in a row. And then now it's to the point where I know that he's going to say he wants 5 more minutes. And so I set his alarm 5 minutes earlier than that. And then when it goes off, I say, AJ, do you want 5 more minutes? And he says, yes. And then I hit the 5-minute snooze.
Oh, I didn't know you guys were doing that. That feels like a slippery slope.
5-minute thing. He came down though today.
You're building a you.
Well, I get it. 5 more minutes feels good. But he's already like kind of stirred. Then he hears Jordan downstairs and it wakes him up. It's working. We're going with it.
All right. We'll stick with that.
But that's been really cool. So I think tasking your kids, like there's no reason why he can't do those things. And I don't know why we have enabled him that like, we will come up and like physically get you dressed and physically help you brush your teeth and like all this stuff.
Yeah, he is capable of all those things and he's shown us that he's capable. He just needs to be challenged like you did, but it's the way you phrase it and I don't know, that's for the big kid. Like, are you up for that challenge?
Yeah.
And we know he is. Yeah. We're not going to put him in a place where it's like a challenge he can't do.
Yeah.
But it makes him want to do it even more.
Well, he has a friend, 2 friends. They're young or whatever. They're a little bit younger. There's 2 of them. And we were talking to our friends and we're like, yeah, anytime that they like want a snack or whatever, it's like this, can you come in here? Can you do this? And they were like, oh no, like they like get the step stool out. They'll like put toast in the toaster. We were like, what? Yeah. You can do that?
Yeah.
And so that was like eye-opening that we need to be doing stuff like that. So him helping pack his lunch the night before,
which he is impossible to pack a lunch for.
Guys, we need hot or cold lunch ideas for kids, and you can't just hit me with like a sandwich because it ain't gonna fly.
We got the little thermostat thing. Thermos. We do have a thermostat as well, but we have a thermos. And what did you pack today?
I gave him chicken salad today. Okay. I didn't have time.
Does he know that?
Yeah, I told him. He likes chicken salad.
I know. That's the thing is you go and you pack it for lunch, though, and he's just chucks it.
It makes no sense. We'll have the best dinner. He'll be like, that was the best thing I've ever eaten. It's like chicken and rice. And then for lunch the next day, I open the thing. I'm like, you didn't eat it. He's like, I don't like that. I'm like, dude.
You liked it.
You told me last night that it was the best thing you ever
had. You
had.
liked it 18 hours ago.
I know. So I'm just like, I'm lost.
Is anybody else in this fight with us of you liked something 18 hours ago and now it's hell on your plate?
We had taco salad. And he loved it. And he doesn't even eat salad. And I was like, do you want that for lunch? He was like, yeah, I'm so excited. Comes home. I don't like it. Like, I don't know what to do.
Maybe the lettuce was wilty or something.
Maybe, but I've tried, like...
That one I can see.
We've tried so many things. And he doesn't like pasta, which I don't even understand.
I don't know.
He doesn't like mac and cheese. He doesn't like noodles. He doesn't like pasta. And I'm like, that's really hard for you to not like that.
He doesn't like cheese.
He doesn't like cheese at all.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's really wild.
I mean, he's thin as a rail.
He is.
Because he doesn't strong. Eat. He's muscular, but yeah.
But he also never stops running.
He's always moving.
Yeah.
He loves sports.
He does.
So one of my goals for AJ is for him to be on a hockey team. And I think that's going to happen.
Yeah. He's signed up for March.
And that is not from the crazy sports parent, I'm going to be crazy hockey dad. This is, he
will love it.
Will love it.
Yeah.
And also we will love it.
He's doing Learn to Play right now where it's like drills and they do that kind of stuff. And then like the last half hour, they play like a little scrimmage. And it's crazy to see how far he's come with skating in like 4 months.
Yeah. This week though, did you see
I did.
him? He accidentally checked a kid and into the boards. And I say accidentally because he can't really stop. And he's just trying to make a play on the puck.
But I also think he's watched hockey enough that he knows, like, oh, I can just slam into them. But we're like, this is little boys.
Yeah,
like,
it's not the end of the world if you hit somebody in the boards in hockey, unless you're a 5-year-old.
He, like, smoked him.
Yeah, it wasn't good. I felt bad. But he got the puck.
He did.
And I think he scored. But, again, not right. Not right. We are not condoning these actions. We are not condoning violence in kids' sports.
We were like, hey, bud, you can't check at this
But I
age.
did. He skated down the ice because I was on the ice, and I said, AJ, you can't do that. Good goal, but you can't do that. You can't do that to get the goal.
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't like,
It was not malicious.
No.
And the kid wasn't hurt. He got up. Yeah. They both got up. No big deal. But I looked up in the stands, and I was hoping nobody saw it. But if nobody saw it, they definitely heard it.
Oh, I was going to say we definitely heard it.
Yeah, and everybody was looking. So didn't get away with that one.
That's all right.
The other thing that we want for both of the boys is at the end of the night, put your shit away. Put it away. Put the toys away.
It's hard because they love hockey, obviously. They have these, like, they both have a rink with all these figurines and Zamboni and refs and all this stuff. And they get this, like, whole thing set up there in the middle of a game. And then they're like, can you just leave it? And I'm gonna play with it in the morning. And they're not bullshitting you. Like, they actually are going to play with it in the morning. So then we're like,
maybe if they get up early enough.
But you're like, I could leave it. I don't know. So we've gotten into that habit where there's just, like, 2 full-on hockey games going on in the living room at all times.
Yeah, those rinks live there rent-free.
Yeah.
And I'm done with it.
Yeah, they do need to
It's fine. Play with them, but you got to put it away. You got to put it away. Those little hockey guys, you step on those babies with no shoes on.
Yeah, there's like a million pieces.
That's tough.
We also want to get Jordan into skating.
Yeah.
He's like ready.
He's ready.
Yeah.
Somebody told me, a client of ours at the clinic, very heavily involved in ice hockey, and they said to throw some skates on him and let him walk around on the carpet to get their balance. Their feet under them with skates.
Okay.
And then get them on ice. So that is a thing I want to do with Jordan. The problem is we have no carpet except for in the basement.
Yeah. He can do it in the basement.
But also, are you a little worried about like sharp blades on the carpet? I guess you just keep your skate guards on.
Yeah, that's what my thought was.
Yeah. Okay. So anyways, that's step 1, and we're going to do that. I also want to get Jordy swimming.
Yeah, he does need to go back to swimming.
Yeah. We signed him up too early.
Yeah.
I had to get in that pool with him, and
he did fine a couple times, and then after that, it was like, oh, no, I'm not doing that.
I don't know which times you saw that, but
I got in with him once, and it was fine.
Oh, good. You can do it every time.
No, I'm good.
I
have a problem, you guys. I really don't like bathing suits when they're wet.
Well, they're meant to be.
I know, but like you always want to get in the hot tub, and I love getting in the hot tub, but I don't like when I get out and my suit is wet and cold. It makes me regret everything. I don't like it.
I did tell you a solution to
I
that.
don't want to use your solution.
You know the solution, boys and girls. It's our hot tub.
No,
We live in a private setting.
I'm not doing that.
The invite's there. It's on the table.
I'm not doing that.
I've solved your problems. I mean, I don't know what else you want me to do for you.
Anyways.
Well, whatever.
Also, I have a question.
Consider it.
Because we have one more thing of the business goals. For summer, which is going to be here before we know it, this is our first year of having a kid that won't be in school for summer. What are we doing with our kids during the summer?
Yeah, summer just went from, like, not very stressful.
It's so crazy.
We have to plan a solid, what is that, June, July, August? I don't even know when school's out, but June for sure.
Yeah.
June, July, August, 3 months, 90 days. 90 days.
Yeah, I guess as a kid,
Christmas break is long.
I never thought about it because I was like, I loved summer and I loved being home and I didn't have to go anywhere or do anything. I didn't do camps in that. My parents both worked. I don't know what I did. I mean, we had like a nanny, I guess, that was there.
That explains therapy.
But I don't know, what do working parents do with their kids in the summer?
Well,
Because I'm here. It won't work to have a nanny here. He would be like all up in my business all day and I wouldn't get anything done. But
No
I also
chance.
want him to have a summer like he's a kid. And then camps are like expensive as hell. Like,
yeah.
what do you do?
Yeah, we're going to have to figure that out.
I mean, I think we're just going to piecework together some different camps and stuff, but that's a lot of coordinating. I don't got...
Maybe we'll find a new school that goes year-round. They graduate early. They're more self-sufficient earlier.
No,
They're
I don't
just
want that for
doctors by 19.
No, I don't want that.
I don't want that either, but for the summer I might.
Yeah, so it's interesting. What are you guys doing with your kids? I would love to know. I need ideas.
Okay.
All right. Last topic is business.
We didn't do faith either.
We didn't?
I don't think so.
I thought we did faith. Oh, we can do faith real quick.
Let's just breeze through faith.
I mean, we talked about this a little bit, I thought. We both are in Bible studies now. He's
Yeah.
in a men's group. I'm in a women's group, which is great. I feel like
I'm in two just for the points.
Just in case we were
Just
keeping
in case
track.
somebody's keeping
Do
score.
you get double points because one's at 6:30 a.m.?
Oh, that feels like triple points, especially for you sleeper inners.
Yeah, probably.
Lack of discipline.
But I feel the strongest in my faith when I'm in some sort of group. And I've kind of noticed this. Like, it obviously ebbs and flows. But I feel the best when I'm doing something consistently like that. I feel like it holds me accountable. And so
But how about our marriage
that
too?
feels good.
Like our marriage is
Yeah.
stronger when we're both in a group, not necessarily together, but in a group.
Yeah, I think so too. So that's always good.
I want to pray together every night.
Yeah.
And we do that in waves.
Yeah.
And we need to be better at that.
Agreed.
And both of us, it can't just be me or just you leading that charge. Also praying with the boys and in front of the boys so that they're comfortable with it.
Yeah. They actually are both pretty good at it.
Yeah.
Where they feel comfortable like around the dinner table and stuff. But I want to teach them how to like intentionally pray. Like theirs is, which is good, they're kids. Theirs is more like, thank you for this, thank you for that, thank you for this, thank you for that, which is great.
Yeah.
But I want to teach them like how to pray for things, like, you know, please keep us safe, and you know what I mean? Like just
Yeah.
praying for
A little more depth.
Yeah.
A little more depth.
Yeah, and I think that will come with like when we do their nightly prayers.
Yeah.
I pray like over them so that they can hear more depth, I guess.
Yeah.
Of examples of that. So, but that's good.
Cool.
Okay, let's jump into business. So if you didn't know, TJ owns a veterinary hospital.
And Amanda owns Come Stay a While. And that's our businesses. Our goal for the clinic is, or my goal and Kristen's goal, who's my partner at the clinic, we have always had this drive to own another clinic. I'm not saying 2026 is that year. It's not. But take steps at Dixie Veterinary Hospital to be moving in that direction. what those steps would be is, maybe we're looking at hiring another doctor, a practice manager, just learning to delegate better so that when an opportunity presents itself, we can say yes. And we're in a position to say yes. That might not be for another 3-5 years, but if you're not actively taking those steps with that goal in mind, you'll never get there. And so that's what we're going for. I'd like to increase our revenue at the clinic as well by we've been doing about 30 to 35% per year. That's not a realistic goal, but to go for every single year in a business, it's very unrealistic in a well-established clinic. But I think that even if we dial that back to 20 or 25%, we would be hitting a revenue number that would be very good for us, and it is achievable. And so those would be my goals for the clinic.
Yeah, I like that. For Come Stay a While, I have two that were I have a few. But one, I really want to do a retreat with my team.
That's a great idea.
Whether it's we all fly somewhere for a weekend or everybody comes here or whatever. I have a team of 5 and we're all over the place. We've got Michigan, St. Louis, Nashville, Wyoming, or there's 2 in Michigan. But I want to do something that we're all together. It's wild to me that I haven't met 2 of the people on my team.
Yeah.
And I feel like I know them. I don't understand how we've not met. I feel like we have, and no one told me.
It's kind of like the Instagram, some of the other influencers on trips when you guys all you get together and I've never met her, but she's coming and I've talked to her so much, or we're in group chats together, and then you finally get to be with each other.
Yeah.
And now those retreats that you do with those girls once or twice a year are great.
Yeah.
Great networking, but also amazing friendships.
Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe in the fall or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. Fall's busy though too. I travel a ton in the fall.
There's never no good time.
I know. There's really not. I really wanted to do it at the beginning of this year, and it just it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, because I would like to go somewhere with some of my vet school friends again. Mm-hmm. And it was so fun to get together. But we're all sitting there people are having kids.
Yeah. Or
wives are due. And and then other people are trying to have kids. It's really hard to get those things in.
Yeah. The other thing is I know that a huge wave of AI is coming with influencer marketing and all of that. And I don't necessarily know what that looks like, but I do think I've always been an early adopter to new things.
Yeah.
And so just finding ways that we can implement AI to make our processes smoother, to speed up things.
Yeah.
Things with podcast editing and just anything that we can automate with AI. Why would we not be doing it?
Yeah, I think that is what makes a successful entrepreneur, and why you are as successful as you are, is that when new things come out, you analyze them a lot and then you pivot.
Yeah.
And people have a hard time with that action step and that pivot, whatever it is, whether it's AI or even something much more simple in your business, because they don't like to change. But you embrace the challenge of change, and that's why you're successful. We do the same thing at the clinic. We're always looking for things that maybe the staff may or may not like, or you've got to explain the why a little bit so that you can get your team on board. But once everybody understands it and you make that pivot, man, you'll know right away if that was the right decision or not.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. I don't really even know what it looks like in the influencer world, but I know that there's things that we can optimize and do better. And so I really want to lean into that. I also this year really want to continue to grow the brand. I don't want to just be seen as an influencer.
Okay.
I want Come Stay a While to be something bigger than just that.
What I've found with you is that I think that Come Stay a While turned you into an entrepreneur. And now it's turning you into, and you are a businesswoman, and you're capable of something else. We just don't know what that is yet. Yeah. Whether that's some sort of other company or brand spinoff or whatever it is, you've hit the point in your career that you can figure anything out. So we're just waiting for something to be thrown at us that you go, oh,
that's it.
I have the solution for that. I'm going to turn it into a product.
Right.
Or this company wants me to join them as a strategic investor or something.
Yeah.
your brain over the last 6 years through this has developed to the point of it's more than just DIY and lifestyle
Right.
influencer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you are a marketing genius.
Thank you.
And so it's just a matter of figuring out who or what product needs that genius mind to just like grab it and blow it up.
Yeah, I don't want to stop what I'm doing at all, but
No.
I do feel like I could be using it for more in some way.
Yeah, and you've been practicing the art of delegation so that you can also continue what you are doing. You've got a great team over here. Now you've got to develop a new team over here to take care of those things, and they may cross over a little bit too.
Yeah.
But that's the question.
So I'm excited about that. I also think every year it's a goal of mine to increase my revenue but do less partnerships. Like, I think that getting a higher volume for partnerships versus like the work harder or work smarter, not harder kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So like, as the brand grows, the more opportunities I have at a higher level, so I can make more money but do less, so that I can do other things.
And you can only do that because of the building that you've done for the last 6 years.
Right.
You can't skip into that.
Right.
That's not something you get to skip any steps to get to.
Right.
And so that should not be lost in this conversation.
What was it, last week, 2 weeks ago, was my 7-year anniversary of Come Stay a While.
7 years.
Which is crazy. It's wild.
Wow.
So yeah, I would say those are my business goals. And then together, we want to just like diversify a little bit more our assets and like investments and stuff like that. If there was an opportunity to be a silent investor in something or
strategic.
Yeah, something like that. I think that would be cool for us to have something different.
Yeah.
Which I think is cool. So yeah, those were all of our topics. I think it was very good to get our mindset in a mutual place of where we're headed for the year. I think it will be really cool to do this again in 2027 and look back and be like, what was that? I can't wait until I figure out like what that thing is, so that I can be like, do you remember when we would sit there and be like, gosh, what is it?
I feel like what we should do maybe towards the end of 2026, when we take probably a little break, is rerun these episodes, because then we're going to come back in 2027.
Yeah.
And like, here's your reminder of what we said in 2026. Mm-hmm. Here's what we're doing in 2027, but what did we actually do in 2026 to hold us accountable?
Yeah. No, I think it's really cool. So yeah, I would encourage you to have these kinds of conversations. I think it's fun. I think that a lot of people just like do the day-to-day of life and years pass by, and it's like, what did we actually accomplish?
Right.
And not that you have to accomplish like big things, but just, are we on mission together? And what is that mission? And establishing that as early as you can in your marriage, I think will help you go further.
For sure. For sure.
So.
Well, that feels good to close. Now,
Yeah.
The last thing that I'm literally just thinking about this right now. Did you know it's Valentine's week right now?
Yeah.
Are we doing anything?
We're going to Disney on Ice.
No. Are we doing anything?
I don't know. Did you ask me on a date?
You want to go on a date?
Yeah, when?
Friday night.
Sure.
It's a date.
I'm available. Where are we going?
Oh, hold on. Pump the brakes. I'm just figuring this out right now. Okay.
It did actually catch me by surprise yesterday when there was a parent group chat about the school Valentine's party on Thursday that I wasn't aware was this week. And so I was like, oh, I guess that's now.
Yeah.
So.
Wow.
How are we halfway through February?
That's insane. Well, we hope you enjoyed today's episode and the continuation of the to be continued. Mm-hmm. And give us a like on Instagram, a review on our podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcasts. We really enjoy doing this. We really enjoy talking about topics that you like. So if you've got things that you want to talk about, or if you've got questions regarding this, we're happy to circle back and hit some of the questions if there's a consistent question being asked.
We're also in the process of lining up our guests for 2026, which we're super excited about, some of the prospects that we have on there and a couple people that we've chatted with already. So if you have other people or business owners or whatever that you would love to hear from on the podcast, let us know who that is.
We've got some fun ones planned.
We do.
So stay tuned.
Yeah.
We'll catch you next week.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.